welcome back to Kay's Table. Where we last left off, the party got news that the lunar princess had disobeyed orders and was now doubling back for them in the space van that they had been taking for a test drive. Alongside the fact that an actual official rescue team was also going to be entering the facility soon. You guys have been passing through the forest area, eating pot brownies. They joined the scenery after having fought several velociraptors to the death, and hopefully avoiding the big one that
Bob
the
wrestled
scientists
a
have all
raptor.
been. Bob executed a raptor with a neck snap.
It was pretty beautiful, actually.
So you guys continue walking through the forest. In the distance, you can sort of see a couple larger dinosaurs moving through the area. You see like a couple triceratopses like way off, sort of sipping at a stream, just sort of hanging out. But they sort of have their eyes on you, not really like on the lookout for anything coming after them. As you get to basically the forest line, you find an opening. As the heavy foliage ends, you come to a clearing. It's got these large towers and this sort of orb building, all very grown over with moss and whatnot. And you can see ahead of you, this leads out directly to that sort of crossover lake area that eventually leads to also the savannah. So you guys have reached the edge of the prehistoric section.
Okay. So what is this dome building, Doc?
It's probably one of our observatories from back when we were monitoring the environment prior to moving all of the animals in. We had several facilities like this out here. Most of them aren't really in any working order. But not many of the creatures like coming out here, so...
So I say to the group that we should cautiously keep moving, and we'll just slowly make our way through the opening savannah.
I know, do you want to seek shelter and wait for them to get to us? Because she's not going to listen to anything we tell her about not coming for us.
Oh, that's right, she's on her way.
And the drone is on its way to us as well.
I'll say make perception checks, just of the general area, to spot any like details.
Not 20.
Okay.
13.
Okay.
Oh, so 13.
Okay, so you guys can see this general area. This building does have a door. It's pretty decrepit. These look like probably big towers where maybe like fuel cells might be kept or something. Like they've just sort of been left here to have
Storage
foliage grow on them.
facilities.
They're storage facilities. This building is relatively clear. Sam, you can see way off in the distance the silhouette of the drone. Because it is a big S drone. It's sort of arcing forward, probably about a mile out.
So there's just this dot flying towards us at
There's a dot flying for you, towards you. Now, about a mile behind that one, you see the space van.
Okay.
Sort of coasting uneasily along like this. At one point, it narrowly dodges a group of elephants. There's a large, like, dust cloud behind it. It's far off but visible.
So the drone is coming back, and she's in the space van.
Yeah.
With a paralyzed, body turned off Enzo.
Yep.
And she's following the drone in order to get back to us.
I don't care if you corrupt this girl, but do not get this girl murdered. She's way too
Yeah.
loyal to deserve death, dude. There's some people that deserve it, not
I'm
one.
going to program the drone to
Slow
stop
down.
over the lake.
Okay, so when it gets to the lake, it'll stop.
Yeah. Okay, so if that's the case, then let's get to the lake and get picked up on the shore there.
Okay.
Okay? Being over the lake should be about the safest spot possible.
No
Should
chance for any ambushes and clear.
So, as you guys move forward, you can see there's like faint light emanating from under here, but a lot of it's hidden by moss. And as you guys get to about here, your drone starts going. It goes off as its scan stops, pointing at the forest behind you.
Alright, switch through my vision modes so I can see
If you
roughly where it's pointing out.
turn back and look towards the forest, so the forest is very warm. With all those trees, it captures humidity. So there's a lot there, but moving towards you guys, very close to the edge of the foliage and moving very slowly, it's a large shape.
Hey, Doc?
Yes?
That big thing that you wanted to show us,
Oh yes.
Yeah. How well did you want? How much did you really want to show it to us?
Well, you could say that it's our prime attraction. One of the most feared predators that the planet Earth ever known.
Would that be it?
Foot comes down outside the foliage. The doctor looks like he's about to shit himself.
So-
And poking its nose out of the dense foliage, you see a large reptilian snout with teeth easily a foot long, poking out from its barbed lips.
Doc, you
Growling.
better give me some kind of way to distract this thing, otherwise it's gonna get killed.
Its head pokes out.
Does it seem to see us?
It sees you guys.
I go over to the door and I wrench it open. Do I make a strength check?
Sure.
Nat 20.
You tear the door off the hinges. It's rusted
Oh, no.
and gross.
Well, I don't want to rip it off the hinges. I actually want
You
to
tear it open. then.
Open? Okay. Then I'm going to grab the doctor.
He goes, distraction! Pulls the pin on his grenade and throws it at the T-Rex.
How good of a throw is it?
He misses the T-Rex. He goes like a firecracker.
I grab him and throw him into
The T-Rex is distracted. Its head, which at this point, like its neck is poking out, it turns down and sort of reels back as it explodes.
That did not.
It doesn't damage it.
So,
Whoa!
yeah, no, it's a throw in. I tell you that the other two drones, there's only, how many drones are there around us now?
Just
Just
these
our
two.
personals.
Just a person.
I grab the drone and I go into the room.
Well, no, I just tell you to throw the drone in the room. Don't go
Okay.
into the room. We're not hiding in the room. Honestly, that creature sees us. What are we gonna do against a T-Rex trying to bust into a building? We're gonna die. But we have to protect the guy. And right now, I check the camera, or I at least communicate with. I reach out to, what's her name? Rion?
Princess?
The princess.
Yeah.
The princess.
I just calling her princess. You know.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
works. And
So you
what's up,
radio.
brother?
Hey.
Hi.
So you radio over. Takes a little bit. There's a little bit of static. Eventually, there's a pickup. Hello.
Princess, this is Ryan.
Yes.
You're following the drone, right?
Oh, okay. You're aware.
Yes, I'm aware. Turn on Enzo and tell him to defend you at the drone. Once you get to the way the drone is, it's hovering. Go by the beach. Wait for us there.
All right. You hear it 3 away. Click. You hear a lot of. Thank you, princess. And then he immediately takes the communicator. Like, I will be taking the wheel now.
Take it. Settle by the drone by the beach for our pickup. We're engaged.
You can see at this point the drone stops at the. Did you want it to cross
Or the beach.
Oh no, right over the water.
right over the water? Okay. So
Hide there. That's fine.
yeah, it stops at the water. You
Yeah,
can-
so it's a good distance off from the shore,
yeah, the drone gets there.
so you don't have to worry about anything from the shore coming out at it.
Yeah, the space van, for lack of a better term, will be at the coast in 5 rounds, or the
Doc,
equivalent of 5 rounds.
You know, it just occurred to me, you don't have any like big giant man-eating stuff in the lake, do you?
The biggest thing in there would be a great white shark.
Oh, I'm not worried about that.
No. Oh, we made Megalodon. Okay, that might be concerning.
Yeah, I mean, if you made a sea monster that could go up
Hold
and...
on. No, I'm pretty sure that project got shut down. No, so there's nothing that big in the water.
As I'm sealing
There
the
might
door
have
up.
been, but at our last meeting we voted against it.
Do you want me to leave the drones outside?
Oh, my drone's staying out with me.
Yeah. Do you want your drone to be... Actually, your drone's already been damaged, so you just want to put
Yeah,
it in
he's gonna.
So
stay
toss
in
it
the
to the doctor.
The doctor catches it like a football.
Um,
So, do you want to actually kill this thing or just lead it away?
how far is it? Is
I'll
it
say
like
it's-
slowly coming
We'll
out
call,
of the tree line?
We'll call this the tree line,
If
honestly.
we can
So,
kill it, then we have a lot of meat for later,
so its torso is coming out. It's slowly moving towards you guys at this point.
and they can make more.
At the very least, we can't outrun it. Leading it away is probably just going to lead to it attacking us from behind. So let's engage with it and try to do as much damage as we can. And I mean, we don't have any heavy weapons.
I'm talking about
No, we have no
something about
RPGs.
it.
Even my missiles are not very.
Sorry.
Even my missiles are not very effective. So I mean, we might.
What?
This would be a
T-Rex?
hard thing to kill.
If we don't perceive it,
But if we can scare it away, or at least do enough damage to make it leave the guy, that would be the best.
You want to annoy it so it'll leave us alone? I have an idea for that. Pull out my pistol, load up a cartridge of the glue shots. Pull out the other pistol, load up a cartridge of glue shots.
So at this point, its full body has come into the foliage, and you can see it now.
Okay.
Dark green scales.
and
Its
I
back
hand you a
is
couple of cartridges of glue shots.
its back is lightly dotted with feathers on it, but it's more of like a peach fuzz along its back and head. It's a scientifically accurate. The Mini isn't a scientifically accurate T-Rex, but I'll call it a scientifically accurate T-Rex.
Okay.
As it steps forward, it's clearly waiting for you guys to like break or something like that.
Can we immobilize it? Let it into the clearing a little bit, and then get it to not move. Then we can try to go around from
Yeah.
flanks.
I think if one of us will go for its feet and the other one goes for its like maw, that's probably going to be our best bet. Which one are you going for?
Oh hey, there's 4 things, so I can roll a D4 for this.
Whoever goes for its maw is going to get its attention the most.
I'm more the frontline fighter, so I'll go for the maw.
I'll go for
Okay.
the feet.
I'll throw you a cartridge of them too,
Okay.
of the glue shot, because you have the same pistol I do.
Yeah, so you can load it into your freeze gun.
Okay.
So can I put that into my missile launcher?
Your micro missile launcher?
Yeah.
No, because these are.
I don't have a gun.
Oh yeah, you don't have a railgun.
I don't have a gun. It was a statement of fact. I have no firearms except my gauntlets. Flamethrower. Well, no, I got nothing that would fire a shot.
And I hand you one of the pistols.
Oh, okay, that works.
Yeah,
Instead
because
of the
this
car-
is
instead of the clip.
this is a special clip for the railgun.
Yeah, I don't have.
I thought I had given you one.
No, I don't think I do have any railgun or any gun for that matter.
I think we established your character wasn't much of a gunfighter.
No, but in this situation, at least until I drop it or toss it back at you, I'm fine with it. So I kind of suggest we get into cover, or at least get ready to face this
You
thing.
guys can position yourself on the maps as you wish.
So where do you want to go, Fee? We're basically gonna barrage this thing with pistol shots. I think it's the first wave.
Can I sneak around over here?
Like around this way?
Yeah.
Sure.
Make a stealth check, I'd say.
Do you actually want to try to hide from it?
I wanted to try to get close enough to shoot its feet.
But like sneakily?
Yeah.
So yeah, you can get over to here, I'll say, and roll a stealth check.
1.
You do step on like a branch that snaps. So you're over.
Step on a pine tree.
You're over
Old
here.
tree.
Rows of some old
You're
guy.
over here. You can get you have a good angle to shoot it from as it walks through here, but it knows you're there.
Yeah, you don't get the advantage or bonus if it knows you're there. That's
Sorry.
No, dice gods
Uh,
speak.
So where do you guys want to be?
I will stay right where I am for to start my round. Is it my turn?
Yeah,
I'll-
we'll start this way.
I'll move down to kind of brace myself against the side of the vehicle there as it comes in.
It's looking at you guys very carefully, eyes moving from person to person. Unlike the raptors, which all have like very sort of dead, cold reptilian eyes, this thing looks smart.
Yeah, it's definitely glaring at us as targets.
Okay. So then, what I'm gonna do is my drone is gonna head around this way, flashing lights straight at him, and making loud noises, and it's going to be going around this like pillar here. As
He
I try to
notices the
distract.
drone. It's going to get an opportunity attack on the drone as the drone goes by. It somehow misses. So the drone goes by, its neck
It just
lunges.
snaps
it-
right before it.
It snaps like a crocodile, basically. Just whoosh. You hear like the impact of its jaws slamming shut on air. As the drone is sort of pushed away, but continues to veer off this way, and it lets out sort of like a bellow.
And now that it's turned, as it's turning, I'm gonna duck behind here, and as I'm doing so, I only have one pistol now, so I am going to shoot at its foot,
Okay.
trying to hit its like feet, toes.
Make a range attack.
That's it, cocked.
Yeah.
Okay, so that will be a 18.
Yes.
to- I'm at short range, and I'm trying to hit a huge object,
Yeah.
and an 18 misses.
I guess it'd be really easy to hit. I gave it a high AC.
It's not doing any damage at that point.
Yeah, so no.
So I mean, I could see this is.
If you were to,
I'm sorry.
no, it's I
For-
get it. AC is very dumb. It's like wearing more armor somehow makes you hard to hit. I gave it a high AC in regards to like it can take a hit, not like this would be.
In
very,
this situation, it's
Yeah.
more of a skill shot than an attack.
Sure,
You're
yeah.
not
Yeah.
trying
So-
to hit big damage. You just want
an,
to trap
an
it.
18's high. I'll say on an 18 as it's trying to pick a foot up off the ground. You can shoot it.
Okay, that's all. Just explode the glue all over its its foot, And that's all I'm really hoping for at
So
this point.
its foot sticks to the ground, and it notices that its head sort of veers down, and it lets out a growl. Yeah, he's stationary at the moment. Sam?
It's not going to hold him there for long, but
Nope, I'm gonna try to using the handgun. First weird thing I think first time I've ever shot a gun in this game. I'm gonna aim at its mouth, or at least in its jawline section.
Yeah, around its face.
Yeah. Oh fuck. 9. No, that just straight up misses.
Hits the ground like its head reels down, so it hits like right in front of its head, and you see the eyes
Train.
train immediately on you.
That's fair. I get
Its other foot sort of swings around and stomps on the ground.
Okay.
Theo, over to you. I'd argue you have back attack on it.
I'll try sticking its other foot like near here.
Yeah, at this point it's more so like this, so you'd have a clear shot. I'd say with advantage, you're pretty much behind it.
They got for advantage. Good call.
And what do I add?
Ranged. Your attacks are down here.
so Dex.
Okay.
I think it's Dex and Con.
17?
Yeah, I'll say in order to just nail it with
I
something,
haven't added my weapon bonuses to any of these.
probably like a 15 to hit it with a range thing.
Yep.
Yeah, so, yeah, on a 17, you nail it to their foot, stuck to the ground. At this point, it reels up and roars, clearly pissed off.
Okay.
We'll use this as a counter for when help arrives.
Okay.
Okay, so the T-Rex. Oh, it has to make a strength save. Okay, actually, no. It hits its foot, and then psh, it's still attached to its foot, but it breaks free. It breaks free.
Okay, so like a half break free.
Yeah.
If it chopped its other
It'll
leg
be
to it.
slowed, I'll say that, just to not be completely mean. But it did pass the strength save.
So the ground's ripped up.
It tears some grass with it.
Sure.
Okay, so in order to
See if it
move,
gets its toes stuck together, and
in order to
Hey, every
move
little
this
bit.
balance,
Every
right?
little bit.
yeah, even if it just gets a disadvantage on attacks, I mean,
That's a good bonus.
So then it'll do this at disadvantage. So it tries to free its other foot, but that's actually stuck to this sort of metal part here, so it doesn't tear out of the dirt. And it just sort of goes to reel with its tail, and it completely soars over you. Just,
So the tail just
Twist its
swings
ankle.
out and it goes right above
it
me.
doesn't quite twist its ankle, but it exposes like its back to you, and it just right over your head. Its head sort of reels around this way and roars at you.
Okay.
And then it begins to turn back this way because its foot can only move so far. Yeah, it begins to pull some of the glue off.
Yeah.
But you can see in the distance, Space Van's getting closer.
Okay. Top of the order.
So yeah, it's over to you.
I thought she was the top of the order.
Oh, you
We
switched.
actually switched rotation. You started the last round, I think.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was just
Um,
mixing it up.
That's fine. So I'm actually, what, 5, 10, 15, only like 25 feet away?
Yeah. Its head is pretty much like over you guys
Oh,
like that.
Great, Ziggy. Glad to hear it.
Who's that?
Ziggy, one of the other Twitch streamers I've talked to in the past
Oh, cool.
and done stuff with, on space engineers and shit, just came on the chat and said, hey, you got affiliate.
Oh, awesome! Congrats.
Nice.
I thought you got that a while ago, actually.
So who's top of the order?
So it's
Um,
you still, yeah.
Well, looking at what one glue shot did. You got locked out of that channel, so you had to start all over again. Sorry, man. Glad the new one's affiliated, though. I'm sorry, usually I'm more...
It's fine.
Okay. I put my pistol away. I pull out my grappling gun.
Okay.
Okay. And I want to aim the grapple for the glue at his feet.
Okay.
Let's see if I can hit it.
Oh no.
That would be an 11 to hit it.
No. It stabs into the ground like a couple feet away from it.
Stab the ground a couple feet away from it. Okay, call my drone over,
So like here.
and I'm gonna hook
Your drone hovers back around this way.
I'm gonna hook the grapple cable up to it
Mm-hmm.
and give it orders to start circling.
Oh no, your Empire Strikes Back. Alright.
You have a lot of faith in that glue.
No, I don't, because it's stuck in the grapple is stuck in the ground.
So your drone, it hooks onto your drone, it starts flying, it gets to about here.
Yep.
I rolled dexterity to see if it could do a loop.
No, considering the fact of movement and stuff, that's
So it gets out here.
okay.
The thing is plugged in like right, or stabbed into the ground like right here. So
Okay. So you can see the grapple line that's going from it.
it's over to you.
Alright. So, is it taut? So if I attack, it's like knee area? Is the drone not going to trip me or catch me with the wire?
Not at the moment, but you'd have to probably move back because it's the moment it
so
gets
it's
to here,
currently
the
moving.
wire is going to arc this way basically.
Gotcha.
Unless you want to like try to jump over it as it wraps around, but
That's a bad roll. That would suck.
yeah.
No, I'll just go up for the attacks and then fall back after.
But it is still glued to the steel for now.
Yeah.
So
Any bonus or just base?
Roll advantage. This you will be going for its 20 AC though, because you're trying to.
Greg is the dungeon master for this game.
Yeah, it's
This is Solar Coalition. It's our space campaign.
24 hits?
that hits.
Just the 24. The one hit.
Yeah, so you slash forward with your cryo sword.
15 damage.
Cool. So you arc it across this thing's
Leg?
thigh.
Yeah.
Thigh basically cuts into skin. Steam bellows out. It roars extremely loudly. Actually, you know what?
I will move back after, but I know.
So it lets out a massive, deafening roar. Everyone make a wisdom save.
Does the one noise cancellation in my helmet help?
Roll advantage.
Day 20.
You're fine.
Yeah, if I wear my glass helmet, would I do
Same
that?
deal. Roll advantage.
19.
You pass.
30, 20?
Wow, alright, you all passed this. So it lets out this bellowing roar that was intended to terrify you guys. It falls on deaf ears as it's kind of muffled by your helmets.
The noise cancellation. Oh, that's too loud.
Looks real spooky.
Even if he gets an attack of opportunity, because I'm moving out of this combat phase, I gotta move back.
So you're moving back?
Yep.
If
He
only
can't
I,
attack of opportunity you because his foot's stuck to the ground.
True that.
If only I had a reaction, so I could have thrown a clip of glue gun into his mouth.
So it's over to you. I'll say the drone gets to about here at this point.
Okay.
The stun knife I have, like, how does it work? As soon as it makes contact with something, does it stun?
Yeah, if it's the stun knife, then the blade is electrified like a taser, basically. So on contact, it'll zap whatever it hits.
So if it's stuck in something, would it keep zapping it?
Yeah, until it runs out of battery, probably. But that'd take a while, I'd imagine.
Yeah, and he'd have a really good con save.
I will say that this is a massive T-Rex, and that is just a knife.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
wait,
would
take
still be annoying for it, but I don't know.
You'd definitely shock it. Do some damage. I don't know if that would make him fall to the ground convulsing, though.
It's too big for that.
I just got a weird thought. What did you give me after the last fight?
Painkillers?
That made me all kind of loopy?
Don't drug the T-Rex!
Okay, can I have my drill
Oh,
go up, make your...
no! Your drone is inside, so...
Yeah, actually I'm gonna have my drone talk to that one, since that has more health than mine. And I'm gonna see if that one can manage to get a bunch of those pills into its mouth.
Oh no, that drone's busy running around it.
Yeah, no, it's in the middle of an action.
Okay,
And the other one I sealed in the box. I don't think unless it's...
Would you like me to open the door for your drone?
I don't know how I'm gonna get the pellets up in his mouth otherwise. But I
Well-
need more.
He cracks the door and the drone hovers out and over to you.
Okay, is it clicked back together?
Yeah,
Okay.
the doctor was working on it while you guys were setting
Can
up.
I see how many pills or how large of a pill I can make with all of that stuff on him?
I'm gonna say you probably like just have some pills that you made during the whole traveling back and like while you guys were traveling.
Yeah.
So make a roll for me and we'll decide how many you can hand to the drone.
9.
I'll see you hand it. Fuck it, 9 pills.
Okay.
The sort of claw hands cup together so that nothing falls through and it grabs all the pills together. What would you like me to do?
Make a bigger one. Except can you make it like
We're in the middle of a battle. I don't think we can do complex
No.
construction.
just make more, clone them. Clone a lot of them. And I'll put it in a bag and I'll throw it into its mouth somehow.
These drones don't have the ability to clone.
I don't know what to
Hers
do then.
hers does have manufacturing. stuff on it.
Manufacturing, but that's like at a tool bench and practical, not in the middle of a
My
combat.
thought was that you were handing it to the drone to have the drone go up and
Yeah,
throw it in.
jump
Yeah,
into
I'll
like
have him
it,
do that. I don't
suicide run into
I
this
don't know
bitch.
how 9 will work on it though. So,
They're 9 pretty effective pills. Like
Yeah.
1 makes a person look the
yeah.
9 might do
Something?
something. I don't know. He'll make a con save.
Okay. Then I'll have him do that.
She's joking.
And see what happens.
Okay.
Science experiment.
So the drone's gonna make. I'm gonna say a dex roll to try to toss these in its mouth.
Or we could do like an enema shot.
Honestly, the tail whipping around, that would be more dangerous than trying to go for its neck.
Yeah. How are you planning on feeding it to him?
I mean, I thought you were basically like, I like you, buddy, grab these pills and suicide run into his mouth. Like, that's
no,
honestly
I
the
don't
most.
want him to do that.
I think
Well,
you can
why?
run away. Hold on.
He's useful to me. I want him to.
But
Does he have like a sort of gun thing that he could just like form them in?
It's got
No.
a bunch of little arms.
And you haven't created like
an injector.
Can they be
Ecstasy
shot out
bullets.
of my gun?
You could probably load them into your
Okay, I'm gonna do
your
that,
railgun and just
and I'm
fire
gonna-
fire the drugs at the dinosaur.
Yeah, and just see.
Okay, yeah. So you take out the round of the glue shot and you load in basically just a bunch of pills.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say since this thing's thrashing about, its mouth is opening and closing, make this roll a disadvantage.
Oh god.
I feel like that's fair.
And what would I add?
Plus dex, wisdom.
But take the lower of the 2 rolls for disadvantage, unfortunately.
Yeah, I rolled with 8 and then a 13, so the lowest one was an 8. 15.
That hits its ranged AC. Okay, so you load a clip full of these pills, you arc it up as the T-Rex lets out that big bellowing roar, and you just hold down the trigger. And this railgun fires these weed painkiller pills at the Tyrannosaurus Rex, who will now make a Constitution saving throw.
how did you defeat the T-Rex? We got it stoned.
Okay, so all the pills go in its mouth. There's a chomp, gulp. You see its eyes dilate in real time. those really
Dose.
creepy, like, big eyes, small pupils, very like intelligent looking, like it's a thinking creature. Those tiny people just go. Whoa. You think this T-Rex is seeing the secrets of the universe? But as it's shot full of painkillers and can no longer feel pain, that foot
Fuck!
wrenches free of the glue. And it sort of staggers to the side.
I'll
And
move
it's
back
probably
a few
bleeding
steps.
at that point.
Yeah, I'll rip some flesh off its
You
legs.
did hear a crunk as it pulled free.
Ripped off some flesh.
It is swaying a little bit.
Does it seem to be still looking at us?
Its head is sort of swinging about like, what the hell just flew into my mouth?
Where's
What is
the,
going
drone?
on?
As an off action, could I have my drone start making more so I could continuously just drug
Yeah,
them?
so a little bay opens in it, and it just starts filling up like a little cup, like a dispenser.
It'll work.
Alright.
So do that.
I'd say on your next turn, start rolling like a d6 for how many it produces.
He's generous. Alright, my turn? Or is the
Back to
T-Rex?
me. So
Yeah.
the T-Rex, the high T-Rex,
With a bleeding foot.
the bleeding foot that's also partially broken.
She doesn't even care. I notice it at the moment.
I'm gonna
It's a
roll
problem.
a d4 for who it targets.
Heroin should not be a thing.
Yeah, but when it goes to step on it and it won't support weight,
It won't notice. It'll keep
it'll
trying.
just fall.
Well,
So its head is swinging around, and then
Oh,
you
how
see its
damaged that
nose
is.
sort of center at you, as it like looks down at you.
So it's hiding behind the corner? Oh, I thought I was.
All right, then it arcs over to glance at you from around the corner, and it sort of lumbers forward unsteadily. But the foot still like slams down next to you. The tail swings overhead, but completely misses you. It does expose its back to you as it swings around and tries to chomp at you. It rolls a. Sam.
what? Uh-oh, double one.
It rolled 2 nat ones. So this T-Rex.
Honestly,
that just
I
got
roll
its
damage.
pocket
I would just roll damage
just
for it
pumped full of
smashes its
drop-
head into the
drugs.
It just face bombed it.
It slams its face into this power pylon, just crash. There's a spark and a spark. It reels its face up. You can see a little bit of like the sparks on its face as it reels back in pain, and then its body slams into the pylon, and the entire structure shifts, and like it's gonna fall down basically.
That was a good idea, Bob.
So it goes out at you guys.
Okay.
I'm gonna get rid of its second attack because it's high as fuck right
Oh yeah,
now.
it's barely able to do one.
And it just smashed its face onto this thing. So it's back to you.
This thing is obviously now kind of fucked up, right?
Yes.
I am a crazy motherfucker.
This is a crazy situation.
facing a T-Rex.
So, with my power armor, I can jump pretty fucking high.
Yes.
I want to try and jump on his back, and I'm gonna pull grappling hook, pull out the line, and try to loop it around in his
At
mouth.
this point, I'd say the drone is probably looping back around to you.
Okay, perfect. Then I'll just have the drone like loop up to like,
Oh, I
Get around its
think
mouth.
you could like grab it from the drone and
yeah, we'll do it that way.
I don't know, whatever you want.
Okay, so I want to try and jump up on his back.
Yeah.
18 for my dex roll.
He's thrashing about, but his back is pretty steady. So you sort of steady yourself. You hear the gears sort of moving into place, and then you hop up onto the T-Rex's back.
Yep, I'm just gonna hold on because that's my action.
Okay. So the rope tightens. The rope tightens, but it stays standing up, though. But it is like, it's started here, wrapped around to here.
Yeah.
Apparently you fell and died.
You killed me on your way out. Oh, smash.
I'm just going to put you on its head.
That's perfect.
That works.
You're not actually on its head, but it's the only stable place on it. So it's definitely like, it jerks forward. But it doesn't quite knock it down.
I'm just holding on.
But Bob is now riding atop the
Yeah, and I
T-Rex.
kind of can't attack it now because it's like, I'm going to take out its legs.
Go for it.
Will it work? So if I swing around behind it, will I get back attack?
Yeah, because you'd be under it.
Yep, so I'm going to do that and start swinging my sword.
It's not how I was imagining this going. It's
So dirty
absolutely-
20 on the first swing.
Its AC is 20.
Yeah, and 24 on the second. So
You
I
hit
don't
with
even-
both.
You were
So-
expecting something completely different?
Kinda.
We make it work. 11 on the first attack, and 12 on the second.
Yeah, so you slash at its ankles, basically.
Yep.
You avoid the wire. It sort of staggers forward. Sean, make a dex save.
14.
I'm gonna say you hold on, but you're definitely like
being flung around a bit.
Yeah, a little bit. As it
Riding Bronco.
arcs this way.
Okay.
And feeds your turn. You see Bob astride this thing's back, and as it
I
reels
get
over.
3 pills.
Cool.
I'm gonna fire them down its throat if it's open.
It does swing and roar right at you, so yeah. Don't even roll with don't even roll with disadvantage. Rather, just do a straight roll.
Okay. None.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite hit. So, these. What color would you say these pills are?
3.
And how big would you say they are? So it
Oh,
just
that's
looks
a
like
huge fucking pill.
It
If
looks
it's like
voice
that
pill.
big, if the drone is that big, it makes sense. I don't know.
You
No,
figure
okay,
most
yeah.
people that you're giving pills to are probably going to be a pill like this big.
Okay, it can be that big then.
So about the size of a big bullet.
Yeah.
Definitely hard to swallow, but so these these 3 projectiles just sort of go out and hit it in the side of the jaw, and it sort of shakes its head, like, what the hell?
But since it's nanotech, it's still gonna seep into its skin.
Oh yeah, no, so it would splat onto it, and you just see the.
It's just gonna go. Yeah.
Its jaw would. Oh, why is his jaw numb?
It's gonna relax.
I mean, and in
T-Rex
that
is
way,
going
I
to the
wouldn't say
dentist.
that it would notice it.
His head shakes, its eyes are still dilating, but it doesn't look like it's further inebriated.
Okay, so it's fastest con check maybe. But...
Okay, so now it's the T-Rex's turn. The drugged up, injured T-Rex.
I'm gonna grab my drone to keep it away. It's like currently between me and the T-Rex.
So Sam, I'm gonna say make a dexterity saving throw.
Nat 20.
Jesus, okay. So this thing's foot swings out and was probably going to come down on you, but you just dodge effortlessly out the way as it crunches into the metal ground. Its tail swings overhead, but it's moving far slower than it normally would be at this point, as it's just sort of pivoting this way.
I know, heroin's a crazy drug.
So it's just going to thrash its body about to try to get you off of it at this point. I will say, as it's moving, it's tangling itself up further.
That's a dirty 20 for a dex roll.
You passed by a wide margin.
Yeehaw!
you
Ride 'em, cowboy!
You stay atop its back somehow as it's just thrashing about and spinning around.
I'm holding onto those peach fuzz feathers.
Basically, I'm gonna say, because I think this is the thing I've talked about and I did write it down on the sheet, it's gonna use a legendary action to try to stomp at Sam some more. So Sam, please make another dex roll.
13.
Failed it by 2.
It happens. Times I'm glad I'm wearing full armor.
One of the furthermost claw sort of slashes down on your side as it narrowly, just actively kicks out and stomps at you. You take 3 damage.
Okay.
It's back to you.
Okay. The drone is still flying around it in order to entangle
Well, the
it.
drone handed you the grappling hook. Unless it just handed you some of the line and it was still going.
Yeah, I just grabbed the line.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's still going then.
Yeah.
At this point, it's around its legs, up its torso, around the tail.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna hold on to the line, buck in, and kind of try to lean it away from the building.
You're gonna try to corral a T-Rex with a line? That is very metal.
So you reel up like this. The drone notices that you're doing that, so it kicks in its little vernier thrusters. The rope tightens. It reels back, and then it just kind of stands its ground and stands its ground and stands its ground. And then on the nat 20, the rope snaps as it pulls through, throwing all of its weight into it. Please make a dexterity saving throw.
18.
You're still on its back somehow. As
I
the
have
rope-
the fur
as the
in
rope,
grip.
As the rope snaps and goes taut in your hands, and now the android's just sort of, or the drone
Drone.
is just sort of flying around. It could probably wrap it up again at this point, but you lost probably.
Nah, I use like all the cording.
Yeah, at this point, I don't know how much. It probably has like.
Even if it had 50 feet, we've covered that.
Yeah.
I
So
think they had 100 feet of cording in each one.
yeah, so at this point, it was probably towards the end, but it breaks free. You're still on its back, except now you're just sort of standing on its back. Anything else you want to do?
I think just the fact that I'm on the back of a Tyrannosaurus Rex at this point, you know, doing the whole rodeo kind of thing, I think that's enough to focus my attention on at this point, and
Okay.
annoying this thing.
So Sam, it's over to you.
I am in awe about what's going on right now. I
It
just wanna point
snapped.
that
All the
shit
ropes
out.
snapped. You probably just dodge out of the way as part of it
Yeah,
went by
but
you.
a couple lines.
It
go
lets
for-
out a roar. You see its eyes, its pupils shrink a little bit, like its primal adrenaline is kicking in for it to fight as it gets injured by you, but it's also just pumped full of drugs. So you've got adrenaline fighting weed and painkillers.
Is the drone next to me now?
Yeah, it's just sort of hovering there because it ran out of rope after the rope broke.
Can I yell at the drone? Will it respond to my commands?
Mostly.
I asked the drone to lift me up. I want to jump onto its back.
They don't have that much lift capacity.
They don't? Not even just to like hang on to it?
It can give you like a, I would say.
I mean, I'm wearing a power suit.
You guys have been Silver Surfering on the bigger ones.
On the bigger one.
These are the
Yeah,
small
these are the
ones.
light
Like this
ones.
size is probably pretty accurate.
Yeah, so
it
one
might
has
give you
power.
like a extra little bit of a boost if you're jumping up off of it.
It
But
and your drone together might be able to carry you.
Okay, but I was just trying to think of a way to get onto its back to try to go
you have a
for
power
it.
suit, just jump.
You could just try to
I
climb
c-
up,
I
climb up
guess
the
so.
side.
You can jump like half your movement.
Make a dexterity roll.
15?
Yeah.
So I just basically jump onto its back. I try to. Then I try
You,
to.
you latch onto its side.
Okay, can I?
I can't really keep your mini sure.
That works.
Yeah, so Bob's in reality standing right here, so you just see whoosh, and he pokes his head over.
Hey man!
You see these two dumbasses just clinging on to this monster.
When the Jiro
I
calls
suppose
you
keep in
dumbasses.
mind that your character would in reality have zero context for what this thing is. So you just see big angry lizard. You don't really know that it's
With big teeth.
a T-Rex
Just
that
gonna
term is
ask if the
unfamiliar.
Android can like take pictures or record videos. The one that I have.
Your droid?
Yeah.
It politely responds, RDM.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see like a camera shutter open on a little pop up and open. There's a little red light indicating it's recording as these two
We're
are
riding the back of a
Priority
T-Rex.
1. Record all interactions.
So yeah, I just try to.
The scientist is cackling like a madman as you two are astride the Tyrannosaurus Rex. And Fee, or unless there was anything you wanted to do.
Am I able
I'd
to
say
get
it takes your action to hop onto it.
to? Okay. I mean, I would
There's
eventually.
still like a lot of room to clear too.
Okay. Yep. So that's fine. I'm just climbing up it.
Yeah. So then, Fee, it's your turn.
Can I try shooting it with my sniper gun?
Yeah. High power rounds.
$23 to hit.
Adelaide, roll damage. Awesome. Okay. So you nail it right about here, sort of in right by its dumb little shoulder. It reels back in pain. You two need to make dex saves.
I rolled a 1.
I rolled a 10.
I go
total.
flying.
Sorry.
So you nail this thing with this heavy sniper rifle. It roars in pain, swings its body.
Yeah.
You two go
Whoa!
flying off here. I'm gonna roll for where you guys land. Okay. Okay. So in reality, you guys were on it like this. Bob, you were thrown off and land on the roof of the hut. Sam, you were thrown off and land on the metal plate on the ground, basically.
Ow.
As this thing just reels back, sort of like its body jiggles and it lets out a big bellowing roar, basically.
Ouch. Okay.
Oh yeah, you guys should probably take damage from that.
It's approximately
Take like a d6
D6 damage.
Yeah.
Well,
It's not just you falling, it's you guys getting thrown.
5.
3.
There's a bob-shaped indent because you're in that heavy power suit. As you hit the roof and you get up, there's sort of like an outline.
Ow.
You have a much rougher landing.
It's fair.
Which is weird, because you rolled the nat 1, but when I was rolling on where you landed, I rolled far worse for you.
Hey, sometimes it's fate, not to mention. I mean, at least we're both playing power armor. Like, that's the whole
Okay,
thing. Like.
so... This thing is hurt. I did give it a damage threshold before it would fuck off. It's not quite there yet. Let's see if it's feeling up for a little bit more.
honestly haven't done much damage to this thing, actually.
We're just fucking with it.
We're just fucking with it. I mean, that's like... I mean, that could have gone worse or better, depending.
Okay. So, Bob, as you're getting up and you go, ow, you notice that its head is reeled back and is now steady and staring straight at you.
Hi.
There's a big puff out of its nostrils as it roars and doesn't just reach out to bite you, it charges the building and slams into it. Please make another dex save.
I'm gonna fail it. I'm prone.
Oh, you're prone.
Stuck on the
Disadvantage.
ground.
Is that like an insta-fail or is that with
Yeah.
disadvantage?
That would be like usually an insta fail.
Okay.
Because you're prone. The most I could do is be to roll out of the way. But as you said, I'm indented into the.
Okay, so its body slams into this. You hear the crunching of metal as this... I don't even know how heavy a T-Rex actually is, but I know it weighs a lot. Slams into this tiny metal hut.
I would say that's like 3d10. That would be my guess.
Take 15 damage as its body its chest pretty much lands on you, as its head completely misses you because it's still very high. But its chest pretty much just slams
Basically,
into you.
chest slams you.
Back into the indent. And it's just sort of thrashing about.
Do I fall through the roof?
I'm gonna roll for roof integrity. You do! It punches you through the roof into the ground.
Okay, so that's another d6 fall
Is that a
damage.
dex check for the doctor who's right there?
He's fine.
Okay, cool.
He goes, whoa! Yeah, I rolled a nat 1 on the roof's integrity.
Ow.
You're in power armor, so you're alive.
Hi, Doc. Ow.
Hi, I see the thing's giving you a lot of trouble. Fortunately, I have made another grenade.
Okay, don't throw it at him.
Okay.
It'll go boom.
Yes.
Okay. It's my turn next, right? As well as
Yeah, it
this?
is. So, let me move this down. You can see now in the distance the space van.
Oh, I can't. But they can.
You can't. You guys can see in the distance the space van finally heads out over the water from the savannah side. It's going to stop at about the halfway point over the lake.
Okay.
It'll be here in a round. So after this round.
Alright. So. Your throws fucking suck, man.
They do. I was not good at sports.
Hand it to me.
He hands you the grenade.
Okay, I'll take a glue shot. I'm gonna connect the glue shot to it. And then I'll throw it at him.
So there's a pin here, but it's more like a piece of metal that was shaped into a grabbable thing. You pull, you see there's a spark from it as it goes, tss, and you hurl it. Make the roll.
From my prone position.
Yeah, honestly, you're kind of aimed
Its
perfectly.
head is right there above you, wanting to eat
I'm
you.
gonna be nice because I just did so much damage to you last round and said that you don't roll with disadvantage on this.
$17.
Okay, where are you aiming?
Whatever spot is closest to me. So that would be his mouth at that point, probably.
You hit its jaw from underneath. The boom happens. It's basically a big firecracker, so it doesn't do too much damage. But it spreads the glue shot as it explodes. So as strings of glue connect to its jaw, it also connects to the roof of the house. So its head goes clang, and it's stuck here.
For bonus action, can I shoot myself with one of my healing bullets?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, that is 2d8.
So how is this a single-story metal shack?
It's literally like a half circle, half orb sticking out of the ground.
So could I jump up to the top of it?
Yeah, you can use half your movement to get up from prone, and then the other half to do that jump.
I am hurt.
If we're only talking like 10 feet, do I even have to roll agility for it, or just
Well, Dex, it's a low DC.
9?
Not quite.
Yeah, and I used all my movement for that, so yeah, I guess I'm good.
Feet. He is stuck to the roof.
I'm gonna take another shot towards his head, I guess, and
Yeah.
see if anything happens.
Roll with advantage, because he's stuck and can't really move or anything.
Stationary target.
24 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage. It's very fine.
Oof. 11.
You nail it in the side of the neck. It roars. There's a big pff of blood as
What
the
ammo
round,
type you're using?
the round embeds itself.
Whatever one goes in a sniper gun.
We have the full gambit of bullets.
I honestly don't know. I just started shooting.
I think the sniper rifle is just a regular one that shoots rounds. Yeah, I never gave any specification. So it's
Yeah.
just a regular high caliber sniper rifle.
Okay.
So that pokes into it or stabs into its throat. Doesn't like perfectly slit its throat or anything, but there's some blood gushing. It roars. It tries to pull itself, but it can't. So that's its turn, right? Did I? No, I didn't skip you.
Nope. I kinda
She's
just-
turns now. Yeah, it's the Dino's turn and then Doc.
It manages to pull itself free, and some of the roof comes with it. At this point, the structural integrity is just gone on this thing, as there's like a metal plate stuck to under its jaw, basically. It reels back. At this point, this thing is extremely high. You've stabbed it in the leg a whole bunch. It has a chunk of metal stuck to its face. It lets out a growl that sounds sort of like a whine as it reels around. Its tail smacks the shack, leaves a big dent, and thum, thum, thum. I'm going to say it doesn't step on your drone, but you guys hit its damage threshold for it to leave you guys alone. It, battered and beaten, turns back towards the forest,
So it starts leaving us alone.
deciding you guys are no longer worth it.
Doc, your park's not really what I consider fun, but I can see how other people might.
Yes, this was not a planned part of the tour.
I'll open up the door if I can.
It
And help you
disappears.
up.
It disappears into the heavy foliage as the ship reaches the threshold of where you guys told it to come to.
Alright.
So it's basically waiting at the edge of the water.
Alright. Then I'm gonna take another healing bullet so I can try and get up.
I asked the doctor to take a look at us.
He gives you all a once over.
I'm still really sore and hurting.
He isn't an actual medical doctor, so it's very much like, you clearly have a broken rib. Your
I can
ankle
feel that.
does not look good, but I'm not sure why.
You want me to shoot you too?
No, I'm actually okay. I didn't
I
get
don't
too
think you took any
bad.
damage during that fight.
No.
You're fine. Now, these two got really fucked up.
Not too bad actually. Just got a little bit knocked around. I think you got the IRS.
I am so glad we got video of that, man.
I will say it definitely, all the pain hurts less because you do have that painkiller in your system,
Yeah.
but your body is still
Oh,
suffering from...
why is this feel weird? It's like because you broke 2 ribs.
I'm
Oh.
going to say you broke a rib or two.
I am
coming through the
aware of
ceiling.
everything though of me that's broken and damaged and hurting.
Can I have
Okay.
my drone make more
I just
painkillers?
don't care.
Yeah, it's, you can
Make
roll
a
up the
pain.
stronger painkiller.
Honestly,
though.
make that d20 roll.
With advantage because it's nanotech. Do I add?
By intelligence?
Okay, 30 to 20.
What color did you read these pills were? Green?
Before they were like brick green, yeah.
It pops out one that's probably about this big. Like you might have to break it in half to take it, but it is a dark green.
I'm gonna rush it over to him and break it in half so you have a piece like that big coming towards your mouth. Test it.
My eyes are gonna go like wide and like almost scared, but at the same time I'm still opening my mouth and
I'm popping it down your throat and just hoping you can swallow.
Sean, make a con save.
That's only half of it. You'll be fine. It's a stronger painkiller.
19.
What broken ribs? What broken
I
ribs?
no longer even acknowledge I feel discomfort.
It works perfectly. You're not completely out of it. The painkiller kicks in.
As I feel that wave come over me, I roll over quickly and start making sounds like I'm in agony and like I'm puking. And then I'll look at you, all of a sudden, straight face. That feels much better.
It's now the super painkiller.
And then as I go to take a step, I fall flat on my face.
Yeah, you're probably gonna need to be army carried.
How heavy is he? Can I see if I can pick him up on my back?
I'm in
Mega strength roll. He's in power armor, so it's not impossible, but
12.
you get him like half off the ground.
I walk over because I'm also wearing power armor and just lift you up normally.
But so you each basically have an arm around him as you. And if you walk out the door, you can see at this point seeing as how the T-Rex wandered back into the forest. You guys walk out and you do see that the ship has crossed the threshold of the water and landed pretty much right over here.
We're just dragging him over.
Yeah.
You guys army carry him over. The door's open.
Hi.
The door's open. Enzo steps out. The princess steps out sort of behind his leg.
Curbside service is always the best.
We came to rescue you. Although it seems as if you scared off that thing.
I don't taste good, apparently.
Correction, she came to save you. I was left paraplegic in the back seat while she did so.
What did she do to you?
I have an off button on the back of my neck, apparently.
Good to know.
It's like a switch and then a
Hope I
button.
remember this when I'm sober.
But we should really get out of here before something.
Agreed.
That creature looked quite large.
So we'll help drag Sean over to the car.
I imagine you basically throw him in the back of it.
Yeah, basically. You can lay down.
And
You're
you
so
guys,
blitzed,
you
won't
guys get in
notice.
the seats. Enzo, realizing that one too many people, sort of just stands out and then hops on the roof, digs his fingers in.
Okay.
Yeah, I was brought down to like a third of my hit points.
Oh no, you got your ass handed to you. Now you're tripping off Vicodin.
At that point, the wings go flat with the ground. The hover booster kicks on. It raises up and turns, and then there's a.
Dude, she drives better than you do.
She is driving remarkably well.
Yeah.
You guys
I'm not
cross.
even thinking about the moral implications of that.
Admittedly, cars aren't really a thing out in space, so none of you guys would really have any experience. Aside from you, I guess.
I mean, piloting a dropship isn't like driving a
Even then,
helicopter.
you weren't a dropship pilot. You were
No.
a dropship trooper,
Commander.
commander. You were the commander of some troopers.
Yep.
So, but the space minivan, for the lack of a better term, zooms over the savannah. As you can see in the distance, another space minivan with Dara poking her head out the window, like looking forward, sort of approaches you guys, and then loops around as you guys pass
I
it.
see them out the window. I know her.
Are you guys okay? Is anyone dead?
No, everyone's
one's dead.
fine.
Okay, good.
I'm fine, honey.
we
Thank
did-
you.
Okay, I'm happy about that. I was more concerned when I heard about all the big creatures, about the fact that you took non-combatants out here.
Did
So-
I die?
Yes, you're in heaven now. It's okay.
Okay.
It's all good though, so long as everyone's still alive.
Everyone's alive.
Gilda's waiting for us back at the entrance. She will do some actual medical procedures.
She's making me a steak.
Till we get the cow.
So, just to wrap up, you guys get towards the big metal gate. Once you guys get close to it, it opens very dramatically, and you do see like a security response team, and then also Gilda, and then next to Gilda is a cow, and a couple of dodos all on leashes. So both vehicles sort of zoom through the gate one after another. They basically toke you. They drift to a stop. The things go up and they land. The gate is shut. You can see some very freaked out looking giraffes like near the entrance. That were like, what the fuck was that?
Okay.
And you guys are
Long
out.
necks.
Do I see any security patrols?
Oh, there's like a full security.
I walk up
assault
to the
here.
nearest one, tell him I'm a sergeant major, and rip his radio away from him.
He just
Yeah.
he just
Shut
silently
up.
he salutes. You can see he looks like he's shitting himself.
That's fine at the moment. I call out, Micah, read radio, Micah.
Hello?
How is the situation over there at the research facility?
Not very good. The scientists are in a safe room. Some things busted in. Hold on a second. Just hold on. Take that, you reptilian bastards! I guess he's Irish now. I don't know. He gets back on. Sorry about that. Had another thing come through a window.
You gonna be able to hold off until we send security?
We can hold on for a while.
Alright.
They're surprisingly stupid. They're coming in waves of one.
Okay.
Scientists are in a bunker. I'm outside said bunker.
I call out to, we're not interested in the minivan, right? Did we decide that? Metagame, that's kind of metagame, I get that.
You want me to drive it now?
No.
Should not be at the wheel.
I specified metagame, like, so we're not interested in the minivans, right? So after I go, hold on, Micah, I called I basically call out a bunch to security guards.
They're basically just sitting around twiddling their thumbs.
Okay, I call them and immediately demand they get the fuck over here and they have orders.
They line up.
Yep.
They all silently salute because you do outrank them.
Oh, I buy a bit. And then I just basically tell them to load up into the two minivans and head over and protect Officer Micah.
Hop, 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 hop. As
Yep.
they all load in, and one guy gets in the driver's
Go,
seat.
boys. You do your job.
The wings fold down and the thing opens back up, and those giraffes were like in close looking, and they sort of reel back of the ship. And
Yep.
it shuts.
Did you know their tongues are blue?
I let Agent Micah know that.
At
he's
this
on
point, Dara and a couple of general security people, just like random staff members from the Anchor, and Jenkins, hop out. She runs up, gives you a hug, makes sure everyone is okay,
Yep.
sees how not okay you are.
Bleeding from wounds, but completely happy with existence.
At this point, Gilda, who has like a medical apron on in case of like blood and stuff, and like a hat with a plus on, with a cross on it, comes over and he's like, "Come on, Giddy, I'll take care of you."
Huh? What's wrong?
Dear Lord, how many drugs did they give you?
I don't
took out
know.
the other half of the pill.
Oh my God.
But I'm looking forward to that steak later.
Yes, she sort of gestures to just the menagerie of animals that are just sitting by, just sort of being held by another coalition trooper. He's like, yes, there's quite a lot to be had.
So I ask, I'll reach out to, it's a military operation, so they have a military command.
Oh yeah,
I never gave back the guy's radio, so I'm still holding on to this.
that guy was part of the team who.
Perfect. He can go do his thing. But I reach out to the command and ask how many fatalities. Any animal escapes inside of the facility? I'm
High
kind
low.
of demanding a readout. I'll go with high.
They've got a few, mainly security personnel who are in the area. Seems like all the scientists and facility workers are okay, but there's been about 6 or so fatalities in regards to like security on the other end.
But where Micah is.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot more collateral damage to the interior of the biosphere than there is like loss of life, because
Okay.
there weren't really a lot of people going around it.
So I ask him if, okay, I let him know that,
All exits are sealed.
okay.
So nothing.
What about the
nothing's
perpetrators of the original EMP blast attack?
in custody?
Okay, they've been captured.
They made a big show, got caught as basically a diversion because the bomb was on their ship.
Okay. But all
Big
apprehended?
EMP thing. No physical damage, but it just sent out like a giant wave that knocked out power.
Okay.
But all of them are in custody.
Okay. I'll let Gilda take care of you before we make our way back to the harbor.
Okay, but
You have so many. She basically pries the armor off of you, and you have so many
Does the
bandage
doctor come
bits.
with
And
us too?
oh yeah, the doctor's with you guys. So I'd like to formally apologize on behalf of this institution for how shitty of a tour that was.
It's okay.
I'm unable to hold back my laughter as I chuckle, and I'm like, what are you
Yes,
talking about?
today
That
was
fun.
today was a bad day for science. but also
We must have got great footage. I
also
call that out to
unarguably kind of awesome.
It was awesome.
you. It was.
We'll
Absolutely.
see how good the footage.
I bet that T-Rex is going to have a bad time coming down from that high later.
Oh, don't say that.
The rogue has emotions. He's tripping on Vicodin.
But yeah, you guys are free to basically go back to the ship. Gilda gets you all set up with splints and bandages. and
Hamagurni.
she doesn't need to give you any more painkillers. You're good.
And nothing will sober
At
me
this
up
point, your little crafter droid has basically made a digital blueprint of everything that's in the souped-up version of the painkiller wheat pill.
Okay.
So it's safe, or it's ready for like mass production. You get back to the ship, basically.
Be
I'm not
careful,
shrinking
you
down
could
the
use this
size.
as a paralytic.
As he's so blasted.
I'm gonna
Oh
pull
dear,
out
I
the
think you
other
might have
end.
got a concussion as well.
Probably.
You wouldn't know. It's horrible.
So you guys head back to the ship. The next couple hours are spent mainly healing for you. They stick you in that healing pod that's in the bottom of the ship.
Guild, I'm so glad you have a twin sister.
Yes.
Go into the pod, honey.
Wonderful.
Go
Just
to the
go,
pod.
go in
honey.
the. Shh, go in the. She slowly closes the lid and then it fills with the liquid, and for you it feels like a fun water slide. For the rest of you, you're brought back. Your injuries are tended to again.
I keep updates on Micah's situation. Do the other defense guys show up? I sent enough of them over there.
Surprisingly enough, I just rolled. I did not roll below a 10, which is pretty much the threshold for bad things. They got into the facility, cleared out every one of the hostile creatures in it. Apparently, a lot of the pterosaurs had attacked it because it was up high.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of them just roaming the halls, and then they did some raptors on the way in. On the way out, they passed through the area where the Rex lives, and it was passed the fuck out. Alive, but it was just sprawled out, asleep.
Oh, I'm sure it was asleep. No, it was high. It just looked asleep.
They were also really confused about the big metal plate lodged into the ground nearby it.
Not even surprised at that.
But they get all the scientists and people out, and eventually
Mika's okay?
they get Micah gets out.
Alright.
If you were to go see him, he'd be a little battered, but
I'll check. They have a med bay in
Yeah.
the main area. So
There-
once he gets
there's
back,
a
I'll
med
go
bay.
visit him before I
the
leave.
next couple hours are spent just mainly with that whole rescue operation that those other guys were doing,
Yeah.
and you're getting healed, and you guys are just sort of recovering.
Oh, no, we're gonna fight.
Gilda comes back to you guys eventually as you're in and out or working on stuff in the ship with what appear to be buffalo wings.
I'm going to enjoy these buffalo wings.
Cherry's gonna try them too.
They're extremely good. This is made of dodo. Also, I imagine that the velociraptor steak that you cut out has been put on ice by now or something.
Unless somebody else remembered that I have it in my pouch.
Oh, it's still in there with you?
It's just sitting in my pouch because I'm fucking blazed.
Yeah, no, you're not gonna be functional.
So
for a
yeah,
while.
that raptor steak is still in your backpack. But Gilda gives you dodo bird buffalo wings.
That's excellent.
It tastes like super chicken, basically.
Awesome.
You guys are back on the ship, safe and sound for the most part, having navigated your way through a land that time forgot.
Yeah.
I'm ready to close up the session unless there's anything else anyone else wanted to do.
No, I'm gonna be in a drug-induced haze probably for the next day or two, considering what she just pumped me in.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna go up to one of the clones,
Oh yeah, wait,
pull them aside.
let me roll for the greenery. Okay. So, just to fill you guys in, while you were
Destroy
gone,
it all.
very rough start to the greenery. A lot of wasted supplies. However, you go up to get the clones, and it looks really fancy. You like poke your head in the door, you can see like little wall-mounted shelves with dirt. You can see like recently planted. You can see they're actually closing up the grates on the ground in that room. There's clearly dirt under there. One of them is affixing sort of a giant jug of water to like a tube tube that they've put in to distribute water to all the plants, basically. I rolled a nat 20.
That's an amazing job.
They worked their asses off.
She's gonna clap and say that it looks nice. And then she's gonna invite them for buffalo wings with
Ran.
Van. Yeah.
Hell yeah, bros, let's go! Like a bunch of
Frat boys.
jacked, dumb frat boys, they follow you with the promise of food.
Okay.
Whatever works. Yeah, so we'll just rest up.
They
How
may
we
be
at- how-
clones and very possibly older than Charlotte, but she's gonna treat them like children because of.
No, they're not older than you.
No, they're
They were
actually
made
like,
fresh for you.
Oh, so they are basically children.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay.
Their bodies were artificially grown to be really buff adults, but
Mentally, they're children.
Yeah.
Okay.
they also don't have a lot. They're dumb as bricks.
Um,
They're
I'll
very
d-
dumb children.
Okay.
They're only like a couple months old.
I'll give a recap to the captain about what happened.
The captain is stupefied by anything you tell him. It's
And make sure to tell him that we both tried to ride on the T-Rex. You succeeded, I failed. But it was still pretty cool.
We
Yeah.
both succeeded for a little bit.
I never got to ride it. You got to ride it. I got to climb on it. I ain't give myself credit I ain't do.
the captain is completely bewildered by the wild tale that you tell him. The clones annihilate the dodo bird buffalo wings, and you are drugged up and happy in
I'm
that healing
tripping out in my
chamber.
room.
And that's the end of the session.
And then not a back to chamber.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a back to chamber. That was good, man. I'm glad we got to fight the T-Rex.
Sorry, it was a bit of a slow start.
No, you had
No, it
a
was
bit
a perfect
to
start.
lore build. That's the whole thing. I mean, you can't if you didn't have the time to lore build, it wouldn't have had significance to us being inside of such a creepy prep for Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
So next session we'll pick up while you guys are still in the colony, in case there's any business you guys want to attend to
Okay.
before we head out.
We'll just do a call
When
and
I
start.
sober up a bit.
Yeah, probably about 12 hours later once you're mostly out of it.
Yeah.
My fucking character's drug tolerance is going to be insane after this.
What broken ribs? I just like to point out that this session wound up being far more ridiculous than I was planning it to be in the best way possible.
You know, when
As you two rode a T-Rex that had been drugged up by you, that was also being tied up like a walker from Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, that was in process.
It was a beautiful thing.
It was pretty beautiful. That was some fun teamwork, attempts at teamwork, and some drug dosing and some other things. It was interesting.
It really was.
I may not do a whole lot of damage, but I make a scene.
When all else fails, give him drugs.
Yes.
If it works.
Wise words to end on.
Narco
For our group, very normal.
Alright, well, thank you for joining us. Anybody that did, you can catch our videos on YouTube.
On your YouTube channel, Kay's Table.
Yes. Link is below.
Do you actually add a link at the bottom?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I have a link to the YouTube. I have a link to the Discord. Although I don't think anyone's ever joined the Discord. I haven't really checked it much, to be honest, because nothing ever pops up. Although I might use it when I start the Primal campaign just to get the files out to everybody.
It could be a good way of getting everything out.
Messenger doesn't always do it.
Messenger also likes to fight with me a lot.
Yeah. And considering the amount of information, it's a lot better to file share it than print everything off.
Hmm.
Although we will have a print off for everyone at the table. But I don't think we need a copy of each book for each.
No.
Well, anywho, thank you. Have fun and safe nights. Bye-bye.